Hello, Karen.
Hello, Duncan.
Welcome to the Blanket Fort.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining
Nice to
me
be
here.
here.
Yes. I have 10 questions if you would like to answer.
Oh, I will try.
Question number 1. What is your favorite sandwich?
Oh my goodness, my favorite sandwich. Wow. Probably something with chicken and avocado or something along that line. So,
okay.
yeah.
Any specific type of bread?
Well, right now it's gluten-free bread.
Oh.
I know, but I have found a good source for gluten-free bread,
Okay.
so it's actually okay.
Nice.
The other kind I like is I've always loved an egg salad sandwich. Always,
all-time
I don't know,
classic.
something about you got to go. It's a go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toasted bread?
No, it's got to be just, well, depends on how dry. Some kinds of gluten-free bread are pretty cardboardy. So if it's a cardboardy bread, but I found a good source that has more like a homemade,
Okay.
which is really good. So, yeah, I might just warm it and then
Okay.
put it. Yeah.
Homemade gluten-free avocado chicken. Any like sauces or like mustard mayo?
Probably just a little tiny bit of
A
mayo.
little bit of mayo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So cheese thrown in for good measure.
Ooh.
Love my cheese. So
Sliced cheese or shredded cheese?
it would depend. It would depend. It changes all the time. Probably like a Swiss cheese, but it might be a Swiss grated, or it might be just a Swiss slice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm making myself hungry.
That's always question 1.
Okay.
Question number 2. Are you an early bird, a night owl, or a flamingo?
Oh my God, what's a flamingo?
If it's not a night owl or an early bird.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I used to be. This is how life changes sometimes. So
Yes.
I used to be an early bird
Uh-huh.
when I worked, and I love getting up early and getting to work early and all the rest. So, but since I've retired, I don't want to get up before 8, which means that usually I'm still working away at stuff at 11 o'clock at night, and if I get to bed or start getting ready for bed at 11:30, I'm doing pretty good. So my husband, however, is a real night owl. He stays up till 2 in the morning, and he trundles up to bed, and of course wakes me up and whatever. But yeah.
Do you have a most creative time during the day?
Depends again on what I'm doing. So in the mornings, if I have proposals to write, I have to write them in the morning because that's when my brain is
firing
best.
the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's thinking better.
Yeah.
Afternoon, I'm better for weaving. So if I'm in my studio, then I'm more apt to go in the afternoons and weave for a few hours. And, yeah.
And when you're weaving, do you have like a sort of maximum time that you can work at it, or can you like fall into it for like a full 8 hours sort of thing?
Oh, I can't. Oh, 8 hours is way too much.
Yeah, it's a physical thing.
It's very physical, and a lot of my patterns are use your head a lot. So, maybe 2.5 hours at the most, and then I need to take a break.
Yeah.
And I mean, a few years ago, I used to just push through, right? It's like, oh, I know I can get this done. And then I'd be like falling down off my bench, at the end of it. And this isn't working. So I force myself now, okay, time for a break, stretch, go have a glass of water, and, whatever.
Oh,
so
excellent.
Yeah. So I'm learning at my old, ripe old age.
Yeah, the mindset we can fall into where it's like, well, I got to finish this so that it can be done. And then the next day you're starting a new thing, which will take equal amount of time.
Yeah,
and you're just endlessly.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Question number 3. How did you receive or achieve your first loom?
Oh, my first loom. Well, my first loom, that's going way, 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 way back.
Let's go way back.
Way back. So I was going to the craft school when it was a school, not a college. So this was a very long time ago.
Okay.
And I had gone to the St. John Vocational School because I applied to get into the craft school and I didn't get in the first year.
Okay.
So I thought, well, I'll brush up on my skills because there wasn't anywhere in the small town I was living in. So I took the school bus in every day to St. John Vocational School, and I did take weaving, jewelry, there were several.
Cool.
It was a real art school, right?
Yeah.
Some art classes and a couple of other things, and so at the end of the year, and I did get into the craft school.
Hmm.
So at the end of the year, they there was talk about them throwing the looms out or putting them in storage or whatever. And I said, well,
Okay.
can I borrow one for a year?
Yeah.
And so I borrowed one, and they also went down to pick up this loom that I was going to borrow, loom and a bench, and I think some shuttles and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And they also had this truck, or I think it was a big truck, or their storage area, whatever, full of those old, beautiful pine filing cabinets. They literally
Okay.
were going to throw them out, and I'm like, I'll take that if you're going to just dump it. I'll take that if you're going to dump it. So I furnished my first apartment with stuff that the school was going to actually throw in the dumpster. Yeah. So,
Amazing.
but and then I think I had the loom for a little over a year,
Okay.
and they asked for it back, and I was hoping they'd forget about
Yeah.
it. It's like, damn it. So anyway, that was my first loom, and then after that, I had to find a loom.
Hmm.
So I think I bought one of the old Melvilles,
Okay.
and not a great loom, made in New Brunswick, but just harder on the ergonomics aren't the greatest. So
okay.
yeah, but so that was my first loom.
Okay.
Oh, and I've gone
Amazing.
through many since then. Yeah.
Could you quickly put a number on how many looms you think you've gone through over the years? Double digits?
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, at least. Yeah, because I was weaving, and I gave everything up to go back to school as a single mom with 2 little boys, and so all of those looms went away. And then in 2002, I met a weaver, bought my first loom again, and so I've been weaving ever since. So, I mean, even just since 2002, I've probably gone through double digits. So you go back even further, you're into, well over
Incredible.
20 looms. Yeah, I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, four floor looms, six floor looms, 6 floor looms, and then I have several of the smaller tapestry looms.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So
6.
maybe double digits
6.
still now.
Still now. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I love looms. They're just so neat to see set up, and then as they move, it's just
Oh, I know. They're mesmerizing. Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. So.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Question number 4. Are you reading anything right now?
I am.
What are you reading?
I've forgotten the name of the book. Okay, so I read at night when I go to bed, if I get to bed before 11:30 or quarter to 12.
Yeah.
Because by the time I get to bed at 11:30 or quarter to 12, I'm just like, there's no brain left for reading. What was the name of my book? Is that awful? The one I just finished
Yes.
was actually, and I may not be able to remember the name of it right off, but it was about Madame Curie.
Oh, radiation.
And so the author had taken her true story
Okay.
and then put a second part in as if she had not gone down the road to go to Paris and become a scientist. And it had instead married this person from Poland. And so you were reading these 2 opposites in the book, and it was really interesting because when I was growing up, I had a book about Madame Curie, and so she was one of my heroines.
Yeah.
I was like 10 years old. I was like, I want to be a scientist like Madame Curie. That didn't happen. So, yeah, but
Cool.
yeah,
Sounds fascinating.
it was a really cool book. Yeah, yeah.
To
Something I just picked up in a secondhand place somewhere, right? So,
Ooh, one of those real
Yeah.
fun finds
Yeah.
where it's just
Yeah,
like, oh, well,
exactly.
this is now in my brain.
yeah. So, yeah.
Nice. Question number 5. What is your favorite pizza topping?
Okay, this is going to be weird. I like spinach pizza with goat cheese
Oh,
or feta.
delicious.
Either goat cheese
That's
or
not,
feta.
that's
I know.
delicious.
I know. I know. Everybody else loves. When I work for the Indigenous organization, Sometimes they'd bring in lunch. And a lot of times, you know, if there was a pizzeria, sort of a place
Yeah.
in the community, they'd order this pizza ahead of time. So
Yeah.
they all knew I don't eat, you know, processed meats, and I
Mhm.
don't eat beef and pork and blah, 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 whatever. And so they show up with a pizza. It would have bologna and pepperoni and, you know, all of these strange, to me, they were strange meats to put on a pizza, but
Uh-huh.
they loved it. Like it
Mhm.
was, you talk about meat pizza, this is like extra meat pizza.
The extra meat lover.
Bacon and hamburger and blah, 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 everything. Yeah.
More meat than dough.
Definitely more meat than dough. Definitely more meat than dough. So
Do you prefer the thin crust or the thick crust?
I like the thinner.
The thin crust? Yeah. Thin crust, spinach, some goat cheese.
Yeah.
Any like olives on that?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Black olives.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah.
black olives. Gotta be black olives. And maybe a few sun-dried tomatoes for good measure.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Any like I imagine red onion sliced up. That might be good on it too. Maybe too much?
No, I don't do onions too much,
Okay.
especially now. You
Mm.
know, like there's no, I can't do garlic and onion well.
Oh,
because,
the gut biome thing. Yeah. Okay.
So, so I avoid the onions and the garlic
Mhm.
as much as I possibly can. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Previously, I might have put a few on. Or, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But-
Amazing.
Yeah.
Question number 6. What was your most memorable event or performance or sort of thing that you did over this summer?
Oh, the summer. Okay. Probably. We had, there were 12 artists that were part of the Fundy National Park
Yes.
public art piece.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I wasn't part of the installation crew, but once they were all installed, they did have like a little opening.
Yeah.
So that was pretty amazing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Eric and I went down to that, saw all the artists. It was packed. They didn't
Yeah.
expect that many people. So they were just over the moon. It was like, oh, what do we do with all these people? We don't have enough food. We don't have enough food. And it's like, yeah, you work with artists, we bring our people. we travel in packs.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
How long was the event?
It was just an afternoon.
Okay.
I think it was on a Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah. In June. I don't even remember the date. Maybe June 23rd or whatever that Saturday was.
Ooh, nice,
Yeah.
nice weather.
Beautiful day. Yeah. And it was one of those days they threatened rain.
Okay.
And but we got down there and it was just a little bit of cloud cover and just the weather was perfect. And it wasn't too hot. It wasn't cold. It was just a perfect day. So yeah. But that day, my husband doesn't walk far.
Okay.
So I didn't. Mine was quite up a trail. Quite a ways
Okay.
up a trail. So I didn't get to see mine. And of course, then all summer long, I was like, well, I want to go down and see my piece.
Uh-huh.
And then, do you remember they closed the parks, the trails in the parks, because of the wildfires, the threat of the
Yes.
wildfires, because
Yeah.
it was so dry.
Yeah.
So then I had to wait until they opened the trails again so I could go down and see it. So I finally got to see it probably a month ago, a month before it came down. I've got it back now, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, but it was just like hilarious.
Can you describe your installation?
Well, it was on a frame.
Mhm.
It was actually what I did was I used a metal. It was a huge. They called it a coffee table. It was a huge coffee table, but what I liked about it is that it had a rack underneath,
Okay.
and the rack was woven metal.
Oh,
So that was just like,
cool.
okay, this is I can work with this.
Yeah.
So, so then Eric actually created a frame,
Uh-huh.
and on the frame we put chicken wire.
Okay.
The smaller square
Smaller
wire.
gauge stuff, yeah.
Not the bigger, but the bigger
Yeah.
ones. So, and then I made I stitched 75 fish.
Uh-huh.
The fun fish, like you have
Yeah.
a copy, a sample of it,
Yeah.
the smaller ones.
It will be part of the set.
Yeah, excellent. And so I stitched 75 of these fish,
Yeah.
and I attached them with wire to the chicken wire,
Okay.
and then I hung some of them on spinners underneath. So the underneath ones would
Ooh.
spin.
Okay.
So it was fairly low, but
Yeah.
you'd look underneath and hear these fish spinning underneath. It was really cool. And then, so my vision was all around the fish on the top and on the bottom, I wanted the river rocks. So I asked them
Okay.
to make sure that they put river rocks all
Yeah.
over so that people know that they're supposed to be looking like they're in the river.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're salmon, you actually are, swimming upstream and you're coming out of the water. So that's the salmon vision,
Yeah.
coming out of the water and the rocks around them and everything. So
Cool.
yeah,
Did the piece or installation have a name?
fish pool.
Fish pool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, salmon pool. Sorry.
Salmon pool.
Salmon pool. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well, congratulations about that
thank
whole
you.
event. And
I
getting
know
to
that
take
was
part. Yeah.
that was really fun. It was and it was one of those things where the artist, it was through Craft NB and then partnering with Fundy National Park.
Okay.
And then Fundy National Park was their 75th anniversary.
Oh,
That's
cool.
why the 75
Okay.
fish, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I will say
So I have one of those years.
you
Here.
have,
Yes.
yeah, then you have like 77 now. And the curator that we had, he kept saying, well, I don't think 75 might be a lot. But when I started putting them on the frame and on the chicken wire, and I was trying to be sparse with them, they didn't look right. And they wouldn't stand up. And I wanted them to stand up and not flop over like they're dead, you know. So I was trying to make sure that they stood up. And the only way I could make sure they stood up was to attach them all together.
Or make a school of salmon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So,
very neat.
yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
Question number 7. What are you most looking forward to about this? We're almost through the fall. This winter?
This winter.
Yeah, the next season.
Well, I've got irons in the fire. I've got proposals sent out. So fingers crossed, something might happen, and that would be my winter's work, right? Okay. If not, then I always have projects that I want to work on, and things I want to weave, and I've been playing with weaving with wire, and the weaving with wire.
Oh.
So I've only done this one little piece, but it's so cool because you take it off and then you can. It's malleable, so you can play with it, and you can shape it, and you can do. And I left these almost like little tentacles coming out.
Yeah.
So you can do all these cool things with it. And so Craft NB has a call right now for an exhibition, and they call it Touch. Okay. So I want to do something with the wire for kids to be able to pick up and actually, look at what happens if you do this. Yeah. So that's kind of my vision and.
What gauge of wire do you use? Like really thin stuff?
It's quite thin. Yeah,
okay.
It's 28, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite thin. So you have to warp the loom with it. So it has to be bendable, but I don't want it to get kinks in it either. So it's tricky to weave with. But I really like this one little sample that I did. So I'm like excited about doing some more of those.
Scale it up a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Karen, that's so cool. Weaving with wire.
I know, weaving with wire, and it's one of those things I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've got a long list of things that I keep saying, I want to do this, I want to do that. And one of the things I did this year that I've been wanting to do for a long time, I had a pattern for a piano scarf, like a keyboard on a piano. Yeah. And so I had this pattern, and we had a very good friend, Ken Tobias, who passed away a year ago. And I always thought, when he was alive, I was like, I really want to make that scarf and give it to Ken, And then he got sick and died, and I'm like, okay, Ken, I'm doing this in your memory now because I didn't do it when you were alive, but I really felt like I had to do it, and I loved them. And I was at a craft sale this weekend, and I still have a couple of cowls left, but the scarves are gone. So I want to do some more of those because people liked them, and I liked weaving them, although they're hard. You can only do like maybe an hour and a half, and then you got to get away because it's like a lot of concentration. They're double weave, and it's a certain just getting the pattern right and everything so they look right. Yeah. But anyway,
neat,
fun.
Neat. Question number 8: what do you do to relax?
Now what do I do to relax? I'm terrible at relaxing. I really am. Relaxing would probably be, see if I read more. my relaxation. So I've got I've got a studio downstairs. I've got a studio upstairs. Then I've got the middle room that has or used to have a red couch. It's got a little love seat in it, and I do all my finishing in this room.
Okay.
So my TV's up there.
Okay.
Mine, which is bigger than Eric's, I will say. So when I relax, I just go up and I'll watch a movie, and I might stitch, a tartan ornament, or I might fringe a scarf or something like that. But so that's kind of what I do to relax. So it's not relaxing, but and then like last night, so I was at this craft sale all weekend, and I was tired last night, but I was just like, well, I'm not a lay on the couch kind of person, right? So I was like, well, I'll go upstairs. I had started to deconstruct a New Brunswick tartan kilt for some of my ornaments. So I was like, oh, I'll just go up, because to me, there's something about deconstructing that's as fun as constructing something. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go at that. I'm going to deconstruct it. So so that's how I relaxed last night, picking out these seams. Very satisfying.
You're doing that handwork, but you don't have that like remembering a pattern.
No,
when
exactly.
Deconstructing, it's like no, just any cut is a good cut.
Yeah, exactly. Just pick at the seams. Yeah. So
cool. Question
on
number...
walk, I should say, relaxing or whatever. Walking. So the one thing I feel like I have to do every day, just because I want to make sure that I don't get too old and decrepit too fast. So I try to walk every day, and there's hills in my neighborhood, so I do walk up and down these hills every day, unless it's pouring rain. But so that's the other thing that I do. I do walk every single day.
One long walk, multiple short walks? One long walk.
One long walk. Yeah, it takes about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music or have no headphones?
Nothing.
Just... I
don't even take a phone with me. I just walk.
Brilliant. Yes.
I put my backpack on.
Yeah.
People laugh because my backpack has books and rocks in it. Why do I have a backpack with books and rocks? Because I have a small frame, and I'm trying to make sure that whatever muscle mass I have, which isn't much, but I'm trying to make sure the muscle mass I have is I maintain it somehow.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I do my backpack.
Walking with a weighted pack.
Yeah.
Of books and rocks.
I don't take it in the summer because it's so damn hot. I just can't. I just can't carry it, and I sweat too much. Summer's hot enough.
Yeah.
But this time of year, and then if it's too slippery in the winter, I might not take it. But for the most part, I'll don my backpack and off I go. Yeah, and I've got all the winter gear too. I've got the leggings and the like the snow pants.
Yeah.
I've got the boots with the icers in them.
The little cleats sort of thing.
I'll wear 2 hats and a hood up if I have to. 2 or 3 pairs of mittens. Like I'm bundled, but I will walk.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. I'm sure people on the when they're driving by when I'm on the trail or whatever, they're probably, there's that crazy woman again with her backpack and she's bundled, and I don't care.
Living your best life.
Yeah, living my best life. That's right. Come out and join me if you want.
Yeah. Let's go find some rocks. Add
it
to the bag.
Exactly.
Okay. Question number 9. Could you please recommend a show or movie that you've discovered while doing your finishing up in your TV space?
Oh, gosh, a show or a movie? I watch a lot of Netflix.
Okay.
Or sometimes it's a movie on TV that, whatever. So, one of my favorite movies is really, really old.
Yeah,
but
sure.
It's that one, Pay It Forward.
Ooh, with the little boy that was in The Sixth Sense, and yeah, okay, I remember.
Yeah,
that one ends really sadly too. Yeah.
Favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was always one of my favorites, and it's one of the ones that I saw with my boys when my youngest was still alive. So it's like one of those things that but
has some sense memory to it.
Yeah. So.
Aww.
Yeah, but I tend to like, I don't like thrillers,
Okay.
so I stay away from thrillers.
Yeah.
I tend to like more drama,
Okay.
comedy,
Yeah.
some romance if it's not too gushy and, you know, silly and whatever. Although
Uh-huh.
sometimes I'm in the mood for just, like, I don't want anything that I have to think
Uh-huh.
and listen to. It's just like background stuff. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Pay it forward.
Pay It Forward has
Forward.
always been one of my favorite movies.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wonderful. Question number 10. What would you ask your 5-year-old self?
what would I ask my 5-year-old self? What would I ask my 5-year-old self? Wow. I don't think I'd ask my 5-year-old self something, but I think I would do something like, don't be so afraid.
Okay.
Don't be so afraid. You know, go out and see the world and don't be afraid of bugs. I was terrified of bugs when I was a little kid. To the extent that my mother used to try to send me outside. And it's like, go out and play. It's like, no, there's a bug there. so I think that's what I would advise my 5-year-old self. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid, not of bugs, not of anything. Just
Yeah.
be brave and go out there and greet the world with open arms. That's
Yeah.
what I would tell my 5-year-old self. And my 10-year-old self. And my yeah.
Be brave, grab a backpack,
brave.
fill it with rocks and books.
Exactly.
Go on an adventure.
Yeah. My 10-year-old granddaughter is well, I mean, you know, at 10 years old, so she's certainly got her own personality at this age and all the rest. So sometimes I like going for walks with her if I can get her out for a walk or, you know, do whatever with her, but just doing anything with her. Yeah. Take her to the Beaverbrook Art Gallery to see an exhibition. Or took her to see the Taylor Swift movie.
Okay.
Which was just promoting her new
album.
CD.
Yeah.
But I had, you know, she was with her mom that weekend, and so I had said to Val, it's like, well, I'd really like to take Minta if you think she'd be interested. And Val was like, oh, she'd be over the moon. So Val kept it a secret until I picked her up. And Minta was like, where are we going, Nanny? And I was like, you'll see. And so I was like, well, give me a hint. And we were going to go for lunch first. And so I said, well, we're going to go to Subway first. I love Subway. So she thought Subway was the big surprise, right? So we go up and we get our sandwich, and I still hadn't said anything. And so we're sitting there, and I said, well, you know, we walked by where we're going next. Where? And so as we had walked by, there was the big poster for the Taylor Swift movie, and she was like, are we going to the Taylor Swift movie? And I said, you guessed it. Well, then she was just over the moon, just so excited, just bouncing. So
that's
I was
such
disappointed in the movie.
Yeah.
I thought what I liked about parts of the movie was they went behind the scenes. That's what I wanted. I wanted her to be able to see what takes place with a movie or with a, you know, production like that.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be able to see that it does take a whole crew.
Yeah.
That it's not just snap your fingers and it's done. They showed a tiny bit of that, and I think they should have shown more. So that's my critical grandmother approach, but but we laughed. It was like, oh, was that a great movie? So.
Show more of the magic that makes
exactly. So, you know, you don't have to be the star. You could be behind the scenes and do the production, which is just as important as being the star. So anyway,
awesome message.
But anyway,
do you have one question for me?
I do. So you've got your cave, I guess.
The blanket fort.
As you call it, or a fort, fort. And you have all of these fabulous manuscripts, scrolls, and those things. So my question is, now I think you should write a book. So when are you going to write a book? Or turn those into a book? or I see a series of books. I see a series of like chapter books, you know, like
I I think starting pretty soon. As part
excellent.
of the kind of this Unky Dunky show idea, I want to have the crafting corner where I'm going to be recording and streaming and making little compilations of me working on things.
Okay.
And so for those sort of next books, I want to have it all recorded so that
Mm-hmm.
people can see that behind the scenes sort of
Oh, right.
thing
Yeah.
of like, I can perform this big elaborate thing and people are wowed by it, but
Yeah.
the next one is like, well, I want to take people along for that journey of making them, and what are the different steps that we
Right.
can do, and how do we experiment with this idea to make it different than the last one, and
Okay.
incorporate a new medium or
Okay.
method or sort of thing. So
Mm.
I think I think in the new year I might start working on a new book
Okay.
because I have
Very good.
some more things to finish up, and the new year feels like a good time to start a new story. It will be January 11th. It will be the 10-year anniversary with my partner Sarah and I,
Okay.
and so we've spent a decade together. And I think there's got to be a story in
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that I can kind of draw on,
Okay.
either the experience of our lives together, or like what's the future I see in our
Yeah.
lives, and try and make it relatable to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I have another question,
Yes.
if I'm allowed more than one.
I think so. Yeah.
so, so another idea that
Yes.
I have. Okay,
Yeah.
so I see books, um, but I also see. Have you thought about doing workshops with kids where they can create a page for a book? And this might be something with the schools.
Ooh. Yeah.
Art
Yeah.
Smart. So you could have a like a workshop,
Yeah.
and you bring in like you've got paints, you've got feathers, you've got stickers,
Yeah.
you've got all kinds of things. They could stitch if they're a little older.
Yeah.
They could learn how to stitch on something, and then create something that then is left with the school as a book that the kids have actually created together as a
I love
group.
this idea. Yes.
And they could even, instead of putting it as a book,
Mhm.
they could even do it. You could put them all together afterwards as a scroll.
Make it a big scroll.
And then the scroll could be in the gym, in the
Yeah.
hallway, as a piece of
Yeah.
artwork for the school. That
Yes.
is, yeah. That just
Oh,
kind of when you were talking
fantastic
about,
idea.
yeah. So I was thinking that would be so cool, and I think
Mhm.
the schools would love something like
Mhm.
that too, right?
And like with my scrolls and projects, they're always so large that
Yeah.
it's impossible to display them. But
Yeah.
schools have those long hallways. They have the gymnasiums. It's one of those,
Exactly.
a place to put up a multi-class, multi-grade, like
Exactly.
everyone works on the scroll. We all
Yeah.
tell the story together.
Yeah, yeah, and you could invite them to bring something in from home that they could add.
Yes, make it
They could
magical.
add a little, add a little charm.
Hmm.
They have a little stuffy they want to add to it. If
Yeah.
they want to, something that their mom gave them,
Yeah.
or
The-
anything, could be anything.
Yeah.
But so that just kind of, when you were talking about your plan for
Mhm.
after Christmas, the New
Yeah.
Year or whatever, I was like, well, this would be a really cool
Yes.
project for you to pitch to the schools.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for that idea, Karen.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Incredible. Great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And you could do a video of it.
yes.
So it would be really cool. Now you'd have to get permissions maybe, but it would just belong to the school.
Yeah.
Unless you had enough permissions that you'd be able to actually put something on your website,
Mhm.
or just take clips and put it on the website as like part of your promo thing.
Yeah.
So you could even do like a little mini promo thing with
Yeah.
a few kids.
Yeah.
Just kind of get them together and say, okay, we're just going to try this.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if it works. Work out the kinks and whatever, so that
The prototype.
the prototype, and make sure this is going to actually work in a bigger group.
Yeah.
So.
Get-
Yeah, I think
getting
that
kids
was
to make
so
scrolls. Yeah.
cool. That could be a really cool next step.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then that, if the school wanted, or if you were allowed allowed to, you could take that and turn it into yet another book,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. Dennis Lee, the author.
Yeah.
Or, no, who was your,
Fred Penner.
Fred Penner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred Penner. So, yeah. Yeah. The next Fred Penner or Dennis Lee or,
Mhm.
or
Aw.
yeah, Richard Scary. Richard Scary. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing idea. Thank you for
Okay.
that.
You're welcome.
Well, that is my 10 questions. Is there
Okay.
anything else you would like to talk about while we're here?
Can't think of it right now. That was my big
That's
idea.
that's
My
a
big idea of the day.
big old idea. Well, hopefully in the new year, I'll get to go into some schools. I've actually, over the
Yeah.
summer, I met some teachers and like administration in
Oh,
the
good.
local school boards.
Good.
And they said that they would try and connect me with the right people to do a school sort of thing. But first, I have to get strong enough to carry the thing again.
Oh, no.
But I think by the new year,
Get a wheelie bag. Do you have a wheelie bag? Like a suitcase with wheels on it?
I've built a cart. I've had a wheelie bag. It's just still so heavy.
Yeah.
It's over 50
Yeah.
pounds now.
Oh, my goodness.
So yeah, this summer I went from always carrying it on a backpack
Yeah.
to having a wheelie cart that I built with my father-in-law. But then a few times over the summer, one of the wheels kind of broke and came off. And so that was the whole thing. And then I have a piece of luggage that does hold it all, but lifting it up and
Yeah.
down into the vehicle is like,
Yeah.
I can't do that yet.
Well, now you need the ramp for the vehicle, for the suitcase.
Yes.
Right?
Ask my dad if I can have one of the old dog ramps.
There. Yeah, a dog ramp
Yeah.
or whatever ramp that, yeah. Even just two boards to wheel it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, should
There are ways.
gotta start bringing that thing out into public again.
Yeah.
But for now, blanket fort.
Thank you for it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Karen. We'll
Thank you
have
for inviting me.
we'll have a little segment where people will know where to follow you, find you,
Okay.
check out your stuff,
Okay.
and I hope in the future we can have you back sometime for some more questions and conversation in the blanket fort.
Sure.
Okay,
Thanks.
wonderful.
Okay.
Great.